In a perfect world, all kinds of problems happen, but not to you. Ajax Security System, your protection in an imperfect world.
Welcome, friends, and thank you for joining us at the Ajax Special Event. This is the second special event this year, and I'm glad that we have a great reason to meet more often, even in such an imperfect world. Today, we have a lot of news that you've been waiting for, and some news you didn't even dream about. So let's get started. Photo verification of alarms streamlines monitoring services and provides our users with confidence. By combining proper hardware, protected radio communication, convenient and fast software, we've taken the informativeness of the security system to a whole new level, first indoors and later outdoors. Today, more than 200,000 photo verification detectors protect people and properties around the world. What is the idea behind MotionCam? These security detectors let you know what caused the alarm in a few seconds and respond accordingly. Even if your security system works only on the mobile data and without mains power. Whether you install MotionCam in a private apartment, home, office, shop or workplace, you are sure in your privacy, since the detector camera is activated only in the case of an alarm. We embedded this in the software architecture. No backdoors, no photo processing or analysis on the server. We are committed to respecting the user's privacy. The decision to deprive MotionCam detectors of taking photos on demand has narrowed their functionality compared to competitors. Why did we take this step? We do not copy imperfect solutions. And to give you more photo verification options, we had to reinvent our own devices. Today, I am thrilled to introduce MotionCam and MotionCam outdoor detectors that are able to take photos on demand without compromising privacy. Why are we confident in privacy? What protection did we establish? I'll show you. Suppose you want to take a photo with your brand new MotionCam. You open the Ajax app, click the camera icon next to the detector, and wait for a notification in the event feed. Looks simple, but only if you have permission. Only system users can manage privacy settings. The administrator has this permission by default and can grant it to any user, but not the pro account. Because for a security company representative, it's feasible to use this feature, but not to manage it. We have added the new privacy menu to the hub settings to activate and manage the photo on demand feature, separately for each system user. And separately for each detector, you determine the condition for a photo request. It can be done at any time or only when the system is armed. This is another level of protection. Moreover, with the release of the new privacy settings, you determine access to streams from cameras integrated into Ajax in the same way. The process of taking photos on demand is completely transparent. If a particular detector takes a picture, all users receive a notification and see who made the request. And what's more important here, only permitted users can see the photos. Sensitive data requires a serious attitude. These devices are protected against hacking. The information is encrypted. The logic of the software excludes unauthorized access to photos and streams. We were the first in the industry to mainstream ultimate app protection. Passcodes and biometrics on app launch, two-factor authentication, sessions controlled by default. By the way, if you haven't activated these features yet, it's time to do so. Photo on demand is the next step in the development of visual alarm verification in an Ajax system. And today we want to do another one. Now, when Fire Protect or Fire Protect Plus fire detectors are triggered, you also receive photo verification. To do this, create a scenario in the MotionCam settings and specify which fire detector should generate a request for a photo. The idea for this feature came from the Scandinavian market, which has historically extensive expertise in fire safety. Without compromising privacy, fire alarm photo verification relieves users of unnecessary stress. New sensors in the MotionCam line are ready not only to establish intelligent protection, but also to deliver peace of mind at your request. Both lines of detectors, with or without support for the photo on demand feature, will be on the market. The choice is yours. The MotionCam line with on-demand photo support will be available for pre-order in the first quarter of 2022. To continue the topic of photo verification, I want to invite Stefano. For me, the biggest motivation at Ajax is seeing how my product changes people's lives for the better. We are constantly receiving positive user feedback as photos taken by the MotionCam detectors saved property or helped find the criminals. Oops, I think this criminal gave you a spoiler about one device that's currently under development. Anyway, in order to mainstream photo verification as an integral feature of any Ajax security system, we made another 2 steps forward, and I'm here to tell you more. Let's start with Hub 2, a basic hub supporting the photo verification feature. I'm happy to announce that Hub 2 will now be available in 2 versions. The first will have a 2G cellular modem, as it has now, and the second will be equipped with a more advanced modem, supporting 3G and 4G networks. With that, high-speed mobile internet is penetrating regions differently. While many cellular operators keep all generations of networks working in parallel, the most fast-developing have shut down 2G networks and switched wholly to 3rd and 4th generations. Such a situation should not affect your security. We wanted to provide our users with the possibility to choose a suitable hub for their region. So both hub versions will be sold in parallel, just like mobile internet networks work. Hub 2 with an advanced modem will be available for pre-order later this year. Don't forget to contact your distributor. To discover the next news, we need to move away a little. It was impossible to place the MotionCam detector outside the hub's radio coverage area and receive photos from it, until today. You got that right. Today we introduced the all-new Rex 2, a radio signal range extender supporting photo verification of alarms. Rex 2 is not a regular repeater in a classic sense. Its role is to enhance the security system in all possible ways. For connected devices, the new Rex acts as an intelligent radio network manager, helping to navigate communication by adjusting frames and signal strength. No matter how many shares, 5, 10 or 100 systems devices are routed through Rex, alarms are instant and photos are delivered in seconds. Moreover, a range extender can back up the hub in a critical situation. If the hub is disabled for some reason, REX 2 will receive an alarm from the detector and activate the siren to attract attention to the incident. Let's talk about the main features of this REX. The support for MotionCam detectors. With 4 built-in antennae and 2 independent radio modules, the new REX is ready to double the communication range of MotionCam detectors, both via Dualer and wing radio protocols. As a result, even with the range extender, you'll get instant alarms and events, real-time device management, and delivery of the first picture from the scene in under 13 seconds. And what about the future? The range extender runs on OS Malavich, a robust real-time operating system, which receives free, regular, and over-the-air updates, and more cool improvements to come with future updates. They will open wired connectivity with hubs via Ethernet. Even having no radio connection with the hub, REX will be able to transmit alarms and photos. It's enough for them both to be connected to the same local network. A wired connection allows the new REX to be used as an access point for wireless detectors located in premises impenetrable for radio waves. Now, with the IP network between buildings and wireless devices inside them, you can protect extensive manufacturing complexes. You can replicate the same approach in multi-sectional hangars. Install REX 2 in each section and get uninterrupted wireless communication, regardless of steel walls. And even if you are covering an entire business center, including underground parking lots, REX 2 is ready to communicate alarms, events, and photo verifications through concrete. Wired connectivity for REX is our step toward convergent Internet of Things and a holistic user experience, regardless of what is used, wire or radio. The new REX 2 expands the boundaries of security and photo verification. It features an Ethernet port, runs longer on the built-in battery, and of course, retains everything that professionals love in Ajax Security Systems: effortless installation, informative notifications, and a full range of anti-sabotage features. We are sure that this range extender is ready to boost your security in scale and quality. REX 2 is available for purchase from your security equipment supplier. Now, Dmitro will tell you more about communication over long distances. When we talk about something under the Ajax protection, we mostly picture this: a perfect picture in the perfect world. But in the real world, Ajax also protects polar stations, warehouses, farms, mines, remote buildings in mountains and national parks, facilities that are difficult and interesting to work with. Weak cellular coverage, unstable internet and power outages, sometimes it's a real bingo for security systems. We've already released 6 and 12 volt alternative power supplies for hubs to eliminate worries about power outages, and today it's the turn of communication. I want to present you with a solution that will allow you to ignore problems with the internet. vhfBridge is a powerful addition to an Ajax security system. It's a module that allows you to set up your own radio communication with a monitoring station. The frequencies between 30 and 300 megahertz are used. In case of alarm, everything happens instantly. A hub sends an alarm to a vhfBridge via the secure Dualer radio protocol. vhfBridge transmits it by wires to a third-party radio transmitter. The transmitter sends the event to a monitoring station receiver, located 100 or even 200 kilometers away. The request for such a solution came from one of the most challenging security markets, South Africa. In this country, criminals steal equipment from telecommunication towers such as batteries and solar panels, meaning that GSM communication is unreliable. Coupled with regular power outages and blackouts, so routers and Ethernet communication are also at risk, means that you can't rely on the internet. In an environment like that, vhfBridge becomes a solution. It's a simple and reliable technology preferred by security companies in South Africa. But at the same time, we see that in Italy, the Balkans and the CIS security markets are also interested in this product. Let's take a look at the hardware. vhfBridge is a fairly small board that can be purchased with or without the Ajax branded casing. The casing is protected from sabotage, has convenient perforation for wiring, and a place to install a backup battery. There are 8 outputs on the vhfBridge board that connect to a third-party radio transmitter. Each output sends its own type of system event. You can assign an event type to each output with a few clicks in the Ajax Pro app. No programming is needed, so you can enjoy the best user experience that you've become accustomed to with Ajax Systems. Let's talk about the power supply. Such a device definitely shouldn't be afraid of blackouts with a 7 ampere-hour battery. It isn't. Even more, with vhfBridge, a third-party radio transmitter does not have to have its own battery. The module can power it. When connected to the mains, the module acts as a power supply, converting AC to DC. In the case of a total blackout, both devices will run for up to 75 hours from a backup battery. An event about a power outage is transmitted to a monitoring station instantly. For an installation engineer, this means fewer site visits, less maintenance, and more customization options in the app. More convenience comes with the fact that any transmitter with relay inputs can be connected to vhfBridge. We have tested a few. You can find them listed on our website. vhfBridge is an easy way to organize monitoring, even in remote areas without a stable internet connection. It can be both a backup and the main communication channel. 8 outputs, 4 or 7 amp-hour battery space, a sabotage-protected case, and all the usual Ajax features such as easy installation, maintenance, and operation. Good news! vhfBridge can already be purchased from our authorized partners. The list is available on our website. So now, I want to pass the floor to Steve.
I'm going to pause on the security theme now and talk a little bit about home automation. Currently, in the Ajax system, we have 2 automation devices, a low current relay and a power relay, which is also known as wall switch. But we're not going to discuss them. We're introducing today's star player, Smart Socket. Smart Socket provides Ajax users with both security and the wider automation world straight out of the box. It helps to manage appliances on the go, can monitor their power consumption, and simultaneously protect from power surges. Whilst this is familiar to many people, not in the UK, not with Ajax, and I think it's time to fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the UK socket. As you see, the shape is typically Ajax style. Smart, understated. Minimalistic, slick. As it is an Ajax socket, it's available in any colour you like, as long as it's black or white. And it fits perfectly in any interior design. But the new socket is not only about appearance, it is an Ajax socket. It has unprecedented wireless communication range, up to 7 times more than the de facto smart home industry providers. The maximum range is up to 1,100 meters of bidirectional encrypted communication, which is fully independent of Wi-Fi. This is not Wi-Fi. Our engineers have listened to the market and implemented a few features that will make daily use of this socket even more convenient. Firstly, more control. You can switch on socket remotely with just a tap in the Ajax app, or you can click the Ajax button anywhere in the house. But now, You can also just press the functional button on the device. And it is an Ajax socket. We have even more flexibility to come in the device settings. We have customizable overcurrent protection threshold, which makes appliances even safer to automate. The LED brightness can be precisely adjusted with a 15-position bar. The energy consumption meter helps to track consumption of different devices or time periods. So a regular plug has turned into significant upgrades for socket. With the refined shape, the new plug type and powerful upgrades on board, the socket is ready to bring automation to the UK, Cyprus and anywhere else where the Type G plug is used. You can start asking your distributor about the new socket in the first quarter of 2022. Now, coming back to security, which is where it all starts, I want to introduce our special guest today. He has been in the industry for many years, has been an Ajax pioneer in the UK since the beginning, nearly got me arrested at immigration. It's Ricky Collier. Evening, Ricky.
Hi, Steve.
Glad to see you made it here today.
Me too, Steve. It was a close thing.
Ricky, many people know you are a great Ajax contributor. I guess many of the products delivered by Ajax to the UK market contain your input. Correct me if I'm wrong, PD compliance, street siren double deck, echo integration, this recent UK socket. What else?
The chime feature as well?
Great. Please can you open this?
Yep, it's definitely a multi-transmitter. Please tell me that you've done the upgrades that we asked for.
Depends exactly what you asked for.
Look, I see a huge potential with this device. This is a great option to renovate outdated intrusion alarms, especially with the PSTN switch-off coming. This brings IP connectivity and lots of other intelligent features to the older alarm systems out there.
That's exactly what it was designed for.
Not to mention other use cases. For instance, I wired one of these into my roller shutter and a flood detector as well, so I know if the door's been left open and if water's coming in. And fire detector as well, that's another whole world on its own.
But am I hearing a but?
You are. To go beyond, to have even more use cases, open up more commercial avenues, multi-transmitter needs double end-of-line and triple end-of-line support.
Can you please explain how?
Sure, you see many of the sensors in the industry, each of them requires an alarm zone and a tamper zone. Each of them already uses 2 terminals for 1 sensor. The average panel in the commercial sector is 32 to 48 zones, so this would require 4 to 6 MTRs. Double and triple end-of-line support will not only allow us to use fewer MTR inputs and also create the compatible sensor range out there and no problems with outdoor sensors.
Ricky, this was really useful, and I'm happy to share this news with you in person. This multi-transmitter supports everything that you've mentioned. It's yours to test. Just let us know what you think.
Excellent. I will install it as soon as I return, and I'll let you know how we get on.
For others, the upgraded multi-transmitter will be available for order in the first quarter of 2022. Stay tuned. Now, I want to invite Alex to announce a truly historical update.
Greetings, friends. One of the most long-running disputes in the world of security is wired systems versus wireless. Wireless systems are quick and convenient to install, but with wires you need to change batteries, and the old-timers of the security market do not admire radio waves. Wires seem to them to be more reliable. The Ajax expansion has significantly changed the game in Europe. We delivered wireless technology that's as reliable as wires, and the market began to change. In Italy, Ukraine, Greece, primarily wired countries, we turned many wired supporters into fans of Ajax. Today, it's funny to recollect, but the first Ajax kit didn't even have a siren, not to mention the grades. Envious people said, a toy developed in a third world country, but a lot of people supported us. We started with small facilities, apartments and private houses, then offices, restaurants, shops and banks began to trust us. The level of trust was growing, and over the past 2 years, more and more big businesses have preferred our solution to protect their valuables. As a result, one of the most common requests from industry professionals has become a request for a hybrid system to mix wires and radio, since it will bring more flexibility for industrial facilities and systemic integration. and we want to make our users happier. Therefore, we started to think about what an Ajax wired system should be. After all, we already have the wireless part of the hybrid, and what exactly should the wired part be? As Ajax has been conquering the market, we took over a significant share from wired systems. We clearly understood their cons. So what do wired systems look like today? Most wired sensors are relays, literally. A control panel monitors the wire voltage and not the sensor operation. As long as the loop is working, a relay and resistor are okay, your security system seems to be working. But the sensor can rot in the literal sense of the word. An installer can short-circuit the sensor. Criminals can sabotage the line, knowing the EOL resistance, and you'll never know about it. And it seems like the wires should be more reliable than the radio, but in fact, they are not. And what about maintaining such systems? Can you reconfigure sensors remotely? No, you go to the facility, open the casing, rearrange the jumpers. Can you use your security sensors for automation? Do you know a little more about them than whether the relay is open or closed? No. Your security system is voiceless. But this is not a problem caused by wires. This is a problem with the architecture of systems in use today. Technologies from the 80s are still in the security industry. The first wired security system we made was just like that in 2011. It's the worst product we've ever made. Set up via a USB configurator using PC, many parameters that no one needs, support for end-of-line sensors. It was a total failure. Partly because of this failure, the Ajax that you know appeared. In 2018, we tried again, and in 2019, the first hybrid from Ajax was ready, with apps, cloud, but analog sensor support. When our team developed it, and the system was laying ready-made on the table 2 years ago, we clearly realized that we have created the past. This is not Ajax. Maybe it will make money, but what sense in a product that just moves a little money from one pocket to another? We must make a revolution, not make a little more money. And we got back to work. Our goal was to completely recreate the user experience of Ajax, regardless of how the sensors are connected to the system. All system components should be at your fingertips. Data transmission must be encrypted and protected from sabotage. No communication range limits, the best energy efficiency and system autonomy, fast and straightforward maintenance, the fastest possible installation. And here's what we got. This is the jeweler wireless detector so familiar to you. Name it. Scan the QR code, choose a room, turn it on, put it on the bracket, the detector is ready to use. And this is the Motion Protect Fibra, a wired detector from Ajax. Name it, scan the QR code, choose a room, put it on a smart bracket. You can remotely configure the detector, see its temperature, status, seamless user experience. No more complicated and time-consuming setups, complete system transparency, remote configuration and maintenance, over-the-air updates, everything you love so much about our product. All Ajax innovations are now available regardless of the data transmission medium. Malavich, cloud, apps, monitoring station, connectivity, jeweler, and now plus Fibra. Fibra is a technology for transmitting data over wires with impressive performance. One more link in the Ajax ecosystem. To tell you more about Fibra, here is Bogdan, the R&D director of the team that created it. The idea behind Fibra is simple: to ensure a secure wired connection with minimum limitations, to combine the solidity of wires with the freedom of radio. I won't say that a simple idea has an easy solution, but today I'm ready to present an impressive result. Physically, Fibra is a protocol to transfer data between a hub and wired Ajax devices. A 4-core cable is used as a communication line. Fibra supports any combination of devices on a line. You can connect one sensor or dozens of different sensors, sirens, keypads, and the wiring is up to you. Physical lines, distribution by groups and rooms have no ties. By distributing devices to separate lines, you increase the system's resistance to sabotage. Flexible connectivity is good, you say, but what about the line length? The norm for decent wired security systems is 500 meters in ideal conditions, but it's not serious. The Fibra protocol provides two-way communication with sensors at a distance of 2,000 meters, and I'm talking about real-life conditions. 30 motion sensors connected via a signal cable will communicate stably with the hub, even if triggered simultaneously, and transmit alarms in under 1 second. Why is length important? Let's get back to the main requirement for Fibra. As you remember, minimum limitations. With this line length, Ajax can cover a multi-story building or even several buildings. With such a margin, lines are wired not by the shortest but by a convenient and safe path. And you do not need to complicate the system configuration with signal amplifiers and additional power supplies. And since I've mentioned power supply, Fibra devices consume tens of microamperes. That's 100 times less than the average for smart wired sensors. What is the achievement here? Considering that the wired security system is powered by the mains, firstly, the low power consumption allows more devices on a single line and provides longer wired connections. And secondly, it provides exceptional system autonomy in case of a blackout. 30 wired Fibra devices on a 7 amp-hour backup battery will run for 60 hours. This is 5 times longer than Grade 2 requires, and in fact meets the requirements of Grade 3. Here I want to sum up the achievements of the Fibra physical layer. Data transmission over lines has removed restrictions on the system configuration, and lower power consumption gave an impressive line length and system autonomy. And that's not all. Fibra is ready to transmit photo verifications from MotionCam detectors over a 4-core cable, the same lines to which other sensors, sirens and keypads are connected. This is largely credited to the protocol's logic, which inherited all the jeweler's achievements. The system communication is organized using the TDMA principle. Each device has a particular time frame to exchange data with the hub. The rest of the time, their communication modules are inactive. TDMA significantly reduces power consumption and helps avoid interference and conflicts even when multiple devices communicate simultaneously. Needless to say, the alarms are instant. Date and time, device name, assigned room, event type. Thanks to the device's addressability, you'll know exactly what is happening in the system and at the facility. With wireless devices, we've set the bar for security. And with Fibra, we are taking anti-sabotage to the next level. A hub polls all devices in the system with the lowest possible frequency. If the device loses connection, you'll receive a notification within 30 seconds. The system device cannot be frauded. Each communication session begins with authentication. A hub checks for unique tokens and properties. If at least one parameter fails the check, it will ignore the device commands. Fibra uses encryption with a dynamic key to protect the transmitted data. Being so focused on technology, we haven't forgotten about the user experience. Alexander showed how easy it is to add a wired device to the system by scanning a QR code. But it's not the only way. We have developed a bus scanning tool. It automatically locates devices that are not paired with the hub and allows you to pair them in a couple of clicks. The wired connection fails if the cable is damaged or the devices do not have enough power. We have provided effective protection for both cases. The system instantly detects a short circuit on the line and notifies a monitoring station and users. And when the problem is fixed, there is no need to change the fuses. The system resumes operation automatically. Each device voltage is controlled by a hub. If the line is damaged and power starts to drop, you will also receive a notification. How can you make sure that the system will have enough power in any scenario? For this, we have provided a special test. After installing the system, an engineer runs the system power test in the Pro app. This test simulates the maximum power consumption. Sensors give alarms, keypads are activated, sirens are turned on. You can rest assured that if the system passes the test, it will have sufficient power in any case. As you can see, Fibra is about flexibility, reliability, and control. It's a significant element of the Ajax ecosystem, and one more link to build a hybrid security system. To tell you more, here is Benny. The Fibra technology has removed any limitations for the Ajax security system application. An apartment building? Easy. A manufacturing facility with detached warehouses? Here you are. A business center with underground parking? Nah, no problem. Just imagine both wired and wireless devices working in parallel in an Ajax security system, delivering seamless, instant, and the best-in-class user experience. Let me help you and announce the very first Ajax hybrid hub. This is not deja vu. You saw this shape before. Hub Hybrid comes in the most convenient casing, both in terms of wiring and design. It has optimal dimensions and a whole set of perforations and hangs for perfect cable management. This casing allows you to place and connect a battery backup with a capacity of up to 7 ampere-hours. We have 2 tampers on board to help detect the lid opening, an alert of the detachment from a wall. So if someone tries to mess with the hub, all system users and a monitoring station are instantly notified. Hub Hybrid is a fairly small board that is fixed with latches inside. It's easy to pull it out for more convenient wiring. Aside from onboard antennas for jeweler and wings, which we can see here, Hub Hybrid features 8 inputs for wired connection, supporting any Fibra device type. A system built on Hub Hybrid handles up to 100 devices. Any share of them can be wired or wireless. Multiply this on 8 Fibra lines and you get an infinite number of system configurations. The proper configuration ensures minimal vulnerability. It's not a system built around one bus, it's a series of inputs, creating a whole data transmission environment. You can easily build a star topology with any number of devices per line, or you use 8 iconical inputs as zones in a typical alarm. In both cases, you get an intelligent and reliable system. Even with a fully damaged Fibra line, at least 87% of the system still works. This number we want to set as a standard in the market. Another high standard is 3 external communication channels out of the box. Here we have 2 slots for SIM cards and Ethernet port. So literally it's always online. In case of one channel failure, it switches to another without delays. For your convenience, Hub Hybrid will be available with a basic 2G modem or advanced modem supporting more next generations. Also, we do not see the future of security without photo verification, so this hub supports detectors from the MotionCam product line. With photo verification and photo on demand features, any concerns can be dispelled in a few taps in the Ajax app. And this digital user experience comes from all the aspects of the hybrid hub: remote configuration, real-time control, and 32 automation scenarios. Those familiar features are embedded in the new hybrid hub by design. So let's talk about installation. From this perspective, the new hub brings a revolution. Intelligent automation kicks off manual labor. No more crappy interfaces and command line or programming via keypads. Those who at least installed a wired system, even in an average office, will appreciate our zero programming approach. Once all Fibra devices are placed and connected, an installer opens the Ajax Pro app and launches automatic line scanning. It adds all the installed devices to the setup wizard for configuring, like assigning a name or a room, setting up sensitivity or delays, everything needed for proper system operation. To find out which device from the wizard is in front of you, there are two options. The first, you can trigger an alarm. Then the device will appear at the top of the wizard list. The second, you can activate the device LED in the app and find it blinking. Then you can change the device settings, make it always active or temporarily deactivate remotely from your smartphone or laptop. The connection process for wireless jeweler devices remains the same. You open the app, scan the QR code and switch on the device. We've made everything to save your time. We also took care of end users. With the new Fibra product line, they can be sure both in equipment quality and in its proper installation. Only installers who went through training and received certification might have access to purchasing and setting up Fibra line devices. We've set this limitation because wired solutions require professional knowledge. With the whole set of powerful Ajax technologies, both wired and wireless, just imagine the number of use cases for the all-new hybrid Ajax system. It can be a plant or a shopping mall with multi-level parking or an office with a gym. Concrete and steel is no longer an obstacle. I see it as a huge potential for the hybrid hub. 8 independent buses with stunning Fibra capabilities, support for MotionCam detectors, wireless connectivity via jeweler. Hybrid hub is packed with Ajax signature technologies. Add to this a casing that is designed for professionals, grade 2 and PD compliance, 3 communication channels out of the box and energy efficiency by design. Impressive combination. And now I want to invite Rockio to impress you even more.
End users love Ajax wireless devices for their slick design, while installers appreciate the effortless mounting process. We don't like to take sides, so we made a new line of products, Fibra, that combines both of these features seamlessly. And I'm thrilled to announce the first release of our Fibra devices. What devices are we talking about? These will include motion detectors, opening and glass break detectors, sirens, a keypad, and an integration module. Let's start with their design. The wired devices inherited the Ajax signature design, but with one distinctive detail, a magnificent matte covering. The covering looks stunning, noble, exclusive. To match more interior spaces, indoor devices will be available in the traditional white and black. So at first sight, there is no difference between jeweler and Fibra devices, but a real Ajax fan will be able to distinguish them. I want to invite one such fan to help me show you everything there is to see about Fibra device installation.
Ricky, can you please help me? Okay. Ricky is going to show us the devices.
Let's start with the Smart Bracket. Familiar to many professionals, Smart Bracket has reached its full potential with the Fibra product line. For instance, for motion detectors, we place terminals on the Smart Bracket, so there is still no need to disassemble the device in order to mount it. And there is no risk of damaging the electronics. You connect the Fibra bus, fix the bracket on a wall, put the device on, and screw it in. These 4 steps make installation quick and safe. If you need to replace the device for maintenance or install a new one, this process only takes seconds, because you are simply putting the new device onto the old bracket. This can be done in the Ajax Pro app. It can even be done remotely. To maintain design consistency, we've completely re-engineered the glass protect and door protect detectors. Their Fibra versions consist of 3 elements that you can see here. They're easy to assemble and mount. A mounting panel with perforations, a chip without any fragile parts, and an enclosure. Every element is designed to eliminate hassle. Fibra devices are about style, reliability, and saving time. We want installers to use the time they save to develop their business or spend it with their families. This is our way of thanking them for their part in building a safer world with us.
Ricky, what do you think?
It's an amazing product. It's very simple to install, and it's going to be a real game changer from the installer to the end user.
Okay, thank you so much for your help.
Now Erkan will tell you more about the first Fibra release.
Wireless skeptics often say, if Ajax devices were wired, then it would be the best equipment on the market. So just for the record, today it has become a reality. Let's start with new motion detectors. Motion Protect Fibra features a PIR sensor to instantly spot a human at a distance of up to 12 meters. To ignore other warm objects, the detector applies Smart Detect, our software algorithm analyzing the PIR sensor signal. Proven its efficacy, this algorithm has become a default feature in Ajax motion detectors.
Etkinliğini kanıtlamış olan bu algoritma Ajax hareket dedektörlerinde standart bir özellik haline geldi.
Another default feature is temperature compensation. Simply speaking, the detector corrects the incoming signal according to the environment. So the detection is effective even when the ambient temperature is close to a human's body. This software, built in by design, enhances detection accuracy and ensures effective pet immunity. Add to that stunning Fibra capabilities and get Motion Protect Fibra, a wired motion detector packed with Ajax technologies. What can be more accurate? The next product, Motion Protect Plus. In addition to the mentioned features, this detector is equipped with a microwave sensor to double-check PIR sensor alarms. The microwave sensor activates only by triggered PIR and operates on harmless frequencies, so there's no need for a tinfoil hat. When disarmed, the detector does not radiate anything, but in the case of alarm, the K-band microwave sensor delivers sharper detection than its X-band analogs. Motion Protect Plus becomes handy in a complex environment with multiple heat sources, like rooms with fireplaces or air conditioners. Another pair in the Fibra line are Door Protect detectors. Door Protect Fibra, a basic opening detector, received an additional reed switch, so there's no difference from which side the magnet's installed. Left or right, big or small magnet, no matter, you receive an alert anyway. To make entrance protection even more robust, Door Protect Fibra features a terminal for third-party NC sensors, so you can easily integrate one more simple door contact if needed. With Fibra technology, even such a basic security device becomes smart. What can be advanced? Door Protect plus Fibra features an additional sensor, accelerometer, to alert of tilts and shocks. In the Ajax app, you can receive not only clear notification what happened, you can also set up a scenario for each type of alarm. For instance, turn on lights if someone tries to smash the door. To sum up, 2 reed switches, chattering filter, bundled magnets of 2 sizes, a terminal for NC sensors, and all advantages of Fibra communication, Door Protect Fibra can do more jobs than a regular door contact. And its Advanced Plus version takes it even beyond with an additional accelerometer. Next, glass break detectors. By recognizing the sound of glass breaking at a distance of up to 9 meters, Glass Protect Fibra guards properties from burglars and vandals. Its acoustic sensors feature smart algorithms that check the low and high frequency of the sound, helping to ignore noise like barking dogs or passing by cars. Glass Protect Fibra has a 180-degree detection angle, so there is no chance to be unheard. And you can always add extra security with a built-in terminal for a third-party NC sensor. Despite the small size, Glass Protect is packed with technologies. Closing the detectors part, I want to present you with Combi Protect Fibra. It's a combination of Motion Protect and Glass Protect detectors, reacting to both types of threats. With digital algorithms on board and robust communication via Fibra bus, Combi Protect Fibra is ready to be a part of comprehensive security. For convenient system control, the Fibra product line includes Keypad. Keypad Fibra brings a feeling of full control to Ajax users in a stylish and technological way. Support for personal passcodes allows one to know exactly who disarmed the security system. And if someone forces a user to disarm the system, the duress code can help to activate a silence alarm and summon a patrol. Keypad Fibra features passcode guessing protection. After 3 wrong passcodes entered, the keypad locks, notifying users and a monitoring station. With security mode indication, adjustable backlight, and a whole range of anti-sabotage features, Keypad Fibra is an irreplaceable security control console. And finally, let's talk about sirens. The first Fibra release will include indoor and outdoor sirens. A stylish home siren Fibra has adjustable volume and duration of sound alert. You can set them in just a few taps in the Ajax app. The siren can also indicate delays, security mode, and alarms occurred while the system was armed. It's done by sound alerts or an external LED. Both sirens will support the chime feature. It allows you to use an Ajax siren with an opening sensor as an analog of the shopkeeper's bell, notifying store employees that a client has entered the door. With such features and flexible settings, I have no doubts that Home Siren Fibra will be an elegant indoor solution. For outdoors, Fibra sirens pack a powerful punch. Street Sound Fibra is a combination of fantastically bright LED frame, a loud buzzer, and a durable IP54 enclosure. So these are 9 devices of the first Fibra release. The second will be no less impressive. Now let's look at Fibra in action. Friends, everything you saw, Hub Hybrid and the first 9 components, are already available for a beta test. Mass shipments will begin in the first quarter of 2022. And this is just the beginning. In 2015, we reinvented security systems. Today, Ajax is used by top security professionals in over 120 countries around the world. As a result, we are the largest manufacturer of security systems in Europe. How did we get here? Because we have an impressive communication range? Maybe convenient apps? The best cloud on the market? Defectiveness less than 0.3%? Nice design? Both yes and no. I have listed the consequences and the reason. The user is king for us. And our team works tirelessly to make you want to fall in love with our product and enjoy it every day. Thank you so much for talking to us, sharing your thoughts and desires, and helping us to become better. We continue to operate 365/7/24 with sheer passion and dedication. Today is an important day for Ajax. We have become broader and more profound. We understand the business better. We are present in every key market for us, and we hear you well. Fibra launch is way out of a niche. We are not a company that makes stylish wireless alarms for homes and offices. We are the team dedicated to saving lives. The best technology available. Each of us is a bit Batman, and each of you too. In 6 months, we will meet again. Let it be the best 6 months of your life. Shaking your hand and looking forward to seeing you.